Monday morning, everybody. Welcome back to another video. I've got in my hot little hand here 10 of the best sold sales items from the weekend that was. The number one sale was a $225 DVD, and we bought it for $1. So I'm going to show you guys that a little bit later in the video as to what that title is, and definitely go out and look for it, try to sell it yourself. But I also want to give you guys a bit of an update as to how this is going in here, because we're heading into the busiest months of the year, October, November, and December. I've sort of spoken about that a lot recently. So I want to show you where our sales numbers are at, what our projected goals are like for the months of October, November, December. We want to do a record year of revenue. That's the goal. $131,000 is the goal. And if we have a look at the numbers on our little whiteboard here, say hi to Perry as well. Perry's just guarding us. Yeah, he's always here. We are always chasing $8,333, but that's not really what our goal is, because we're doing well past that. We actually have done $12,775, and we're 29 days into the month. So we're pretty much at the end of the month. We'll definitely do it over $13,000 in revenue. So when you're trying to do 8 and you're getting 13, things are humming along really well for us. A $60 average sale price, we're always trying to do more than 50, so to be at 60 is actually quite good. Our entire year of average sale price is also 60, so that's really promising. $227, that's going to change as of next month, but we're doing $456 every single day. Now those numbers aren't a full-time income. If you guys think that if I'm doing $13,000, that's a full-time job, we're fortunate that we have a YouTube channel. We have 2 YouTube channels that we make money on. We have a 12-week challenge as well that we bring new people in, and we also have Flipped It as well, our finance software that people subscribe to. So we have multiple avenues of revenue. This is not a full-time income, and I do want to stress that. This is just part-time, 20 hours a week, completely achievable to be able to make $5,000 a month on eBay at a part-time level. And that's what we teach with the program. So details are in the description below if you want to learn how to do it effectively. We also, if you don't want to go down that path, if you just want a general health check, you can do a general health check by actually clicking a little QR code that I'm going to put on screen right here. It's also going to be linked in the description below. It takes 2 minutes to do, and it literally gives you a proper health check of how your data compares to the metrics that we look for on eBay. So go and check that one out as well. But we have some projected goals that we are trying to aim towards, and I've got them on screen for you here. Currently we're on about 87,000 at the time that I made the projection. But what we've done is we've said to ourselves, to get our all-time record of 131,000, we need to do basically $40,000 over 3 months. And what I've done is I've divided it by 3, and then November is our biggest month with Black Friday, so I've added 20%, so it's a $15,000 month that we're aiming for. And December's a bit quieter because postage stops mid-December, so we're actually only aiming for $10,000 in December. But that's our little run sheet of what we're going to be trying to do. In large part, that's going to be Kate putting in all of that work.
It's my job.
Are you scared? Are you nervous?
Nah, I'm confident.
You're confident,
I'm
you
ready.
should be. Yeah, well, I mean, the last 2 months have shown us that we should be able to get these numbers, and then have an all-time record of 131K in a year would be awesome for us, because it's been a big year and there's been a lot of other stuff going on as well. So to be able to have a record year with everything else been going on, I'd be stoked. So we've got this list, this hot little list that you can't really see. But we've got the first sale that I want to take. Oh, actually, I will get into these top 10 sales. And I do want to show you this DVD that's sold for mega dollars. But I want to talk to you about something else. Guys, I have jumped into Pokemon cards. Now, Pokemon cards have been something that we've slowly evolved and we've bought more and more of. I've actually been learning more and more about Pokemon, hence why I've been buying more of Pokemon, because I always think you need to know what you're buying before you go and buy it. That's just a beginner basic. So I've had to learn a lot, but I've also learned that Pokemon is obviously 1, exploding, but 2, there's an investing element to Pokemon that I really didn't tap into until the last couple of weeks. And I've actually started to buy some Pokemon stuff. So I've got a Elite Trainer box here from 151. I've got these booster bundles from the Mega Evolution set that's only just come out over the weekend. I've also bought some Mega Evolution tins. I've got 5 tins there, 2 booster bundles, and I've also got, which you probably, actually I could pull this out, I've got 2 Mega Evolution Elite Trainer boxes, brand new and sealed. Now, I don't plan to sell these on eBay in the immediate future. I'm actually using an app called Collector, which you guys can access through the App Store. It's Collect and then an R on the end of it. It's a portfolio. It's basically like the stock market for Pokemon cards. You can search up your cards that you're holding on to long term, and you can see your portfolio either grow or depreciate. So I'm going to trial a few of these sealed products for a long-term hold. It's going to be completely different to what I've ever done before, but I'm leaning into Pokemon cards really heavy. You'll see here that I've actually got a lot of Pokemon cards out of especially Mega Evolution, because we've been ripping a lot of packs lately. We've got a bunch of these full arts that we've actually just pulled over the weekend, and we are listing these onto eBay. So if you want any of the modern Pokemon cards that have just come out in the recent, we've got the War Turtle up for grabs as well. So some really nice full arts, some Japanese too. So we're going hard on Pokemon is what I want to say, but I'll let you guys in on it. Not that I'll probably communicate it on the Aussie Flipper channel because there's too many people watching. You guys are the special ones. There's not too many of you guys watching. So I'm happy to let you in on some secrets. But Whatnot is the best place to be sourcing Pokemon cards of high quality. You can still profit on them as long as you've got the eBay app set up on the desktop. You can be working off Whatnot on the mobile phone, quickly searching for the number of the Pokemon card that's up for sale. And then within a couple of seconds, that card is selling. So you've got to be really quick. Do your research and then bid to the limit that you know you have to bid to. So you do need to have the numbers and awareness around it. Maybe more of an advanced seller sort of an opportunity, but I'm doing that heavily for a lot of these cards. We get boxes of Pokemon cards roll up here regularly because I'm buying it each night off Whatnot. So I did want to talk to you about that. I'm going heavy on that, and let's jump into these top 10 sales. And no surprises, coming in at the 10th best sale from the weekend is this Espeon Pokemon card. So Espeon is a pretty damn popular Pokemon card. This is a special one with this little symbol that's right there as well. That's sort of a sought after symbol on the reverse. So it's not only a reverse Pokemon card, but it also has the symbol. So for that reason, we ended up getting a $45 sale price for that card right there. And we actually got this one out of a pack pull. So the pack cost us about $9 or so. Obviously a lot of packs that we pulled didn't eventuate with many, but we did get that one out of a fresh pack. So you could potentially go and grade it, although this one doesn't look like it's in gradable condition. So $45 raw sale price, not too bad. Over at our video game cabinet now, this is a pretty stacked video game cabinet because we've got a lot of games that we've been buying over the last little period. As you can see, it is pretty damn full, but I expect it to be reduced over the next couple of months. I've looked out a game title that has sold twice, and it's actually come in at number 9 and number 8. This is Demon's Souls. So Demon's Souls on the PlayStation 3, but also on the PlayStation 5. So we got on the PlayStation 5 a $45 sale price, and on the PlayStation 3 we got a $50 sale price. So games that we would have bought for no more than about $5 to $6, something like that, maybe off sale when it's $7.50. So the fact that they've both gone on to sell for $95, they'll go into a medium track post envelope for $7.50. Didn't go to the same buyer, just went to 2 separate buyers. So still some great money when you're converting 7 into 50 odd. Coming in at number 7, we're moving away from our niched categories. I spoke in a recent video on this channel about niching into video games, DVDs, and Pokemon cards predominantly. Over on this side is where we've got kind of a mix of a few other things that we're not necessarily niching hard into, but we still have different items in here that we're trying to sell, like the hard goods, for instance. We have 1 or 2 action figures, and this was one of the couple that we have left over. Unfortunately, it has gone on to sell. $55 was the sale price for that Kingdom Hearts. Now, the good thing about this is when you're out there at garage sales or flea markets, wherever you may be, this is a Series 1 action figure. So that's actually quite desirable from a collector's sense. The date on it as well is 2002, so a brand new 2002 sealed product. This is 23 years old, and it's a Series 1, so it's the first set. So that's the reason why we're getting $55 for this item, which will ship for no more than about $12, I reckon. So a really, really good result there on that one. Look for that sort of key markings on your products in flea markets and garage sales, and you'll do pretty well. Always research though. Back over at the video game cabinet, we've got a little one here, the Nintendo DS. This is where the products start to hit our metrics now. We're in the $50, $60 plus range. So these are the sort of products you want to add to your wish list. $65, Pokemon Ranger on the Nintendo DS. We can actually fit this into a small tracked envelope. So a little bit cheaper, I think it's like $6, something like that. $6.50. So you save $1 on the medium track post envelope, but because it's not more than 5 millimeters, here in Australia we can ship that in a small tracked envelope. So that was a good sale for $65. We got that in a Facebook Marketplace purchase about 2 or 3 months ago. Would have paid about $5 to $10 for it. We have another Pokemon card up next. This is the Dash Bun EX. Now this one here was bought out of a pack of cards when we were in Sydney as well. And the thing with these is you want to be making sure down the bottom right hand corner of the card there's a number, and if the number is above what the pack number is, so in this case it's 169/142, that means that it's sort of more of a rarer card extending the set. So if you're unsure about Pokemon cards and how to get started, what's rare, what's not, if it's a number that is sort of sitting below what the max quantity of cards is in the set, so if it's anything sub 142 in this case, it's probably not worth anything, but the rarity comes when it sits above. So 169 out of 142, if you just search that number on eBay, you'll get your comps. And this one here for us, sold for $75. So as a bit of an exercise in learning the basics of Pokemon cards, use this one as an example. Go and search up on eBay 169/142 and you'll see you get a clean list of comps. Price it from high to low and then you can see where the $75 came in for us. This one was a really good sale. We got this off Paul, who is a viewer of the Aussie Flipper channel. And he hit me up and said, man, I got a ton of DVDs I haven't listed on eBay yet. I just haven't been able to get to them because I've got too much stock. It's an all too common concern for us as eBay sellers. Fortunately not in here because we're pretty strict with what we buy and what we choose not to buy based on how much stock we've got. But this one was part of that allocation here. It's called the Donna Reed DVD or the Donna Reed Show. And that ended up selling for $80. Now we probably could have got $100 for this. I did take a pretty generous best offer of 20% discount just because I think cash flow is important and we're humming along, so why not keep the momentum rolling? So an $80 sale price on that. Could we got $100? Yes, we could have. Did we become the lowest sold sale price in Australia and set a new low? No. So we're still in that mix of 80 to 100. I just think we could have got 100 for it. So that was a great sale. Never seen this in 5 years of selling DVDs on eBay. So
I've never heard of it.
No, I'd never heard of it. And it's a region 1. Well, it's actually a region all, which means it plays everywhere. But it's sort of an American sitcom show that I reckon was mass produced over in America. So tough to find here in Australia. So that was a great sale. All right, this one comes in at number 3, but it's actually 3 orders. It's an order that ended up selling for a total of $90. So we've got 2 PlayStation 5 games here. We've got Killing Floor number 3. We've got Babylon's Fall. And on the PlayStation 3, we've got Metal Gear Solid number 4. So there was a slight discount when this person bought it for the fact that they were buying 3. So I think there was like $105 worth of value and we knocked $5 off every sale. But there was about a $25, a $35 and then a $35 sale price. That kind of made up the numbers of the $90. So we're really happy with that because it went into probably a small, probably not extra small. I don't think it'll fit. Probably a small padded mailer for $90. So when it's $9 in postage for a $90 sale price, buying them all for $7 each, 21 into 90, plus the postage, we're going to make a good $50 odd in profit off those 3 sales in one. So it's really good if you can, in any way, try and get yourself marketing to get multiple purchases in your store to save on postage. Hence the reason why we've niched into the categories. People are buying multiple products out of our store because they know that there's a lot of it. So pick your category, niche hard, and just get to know the ins and outs of it. All right, the next one was a really good one here. We've got a DVD set of Army of 2. So you can see here, I'm going to hide that $225 DVD we've got coming up. Sheet of paper. We've got Army of 2, 40th Day, and then Army of 2, The Devil's Cartel. Now, this one here was in a private pick. We had 600 video games purchased, and it was a maze of games. And what Kate did was, she found this one, but then she remembered seeing that this might have been in the set as well. And then she kept digging, and she thought, man, based on the comps, if I can find the third one, this is going to be worth a lot of money. Found the third one. So we ended up pricing this up for $100 and we got a $99 sale price. So an incredible way of just going ahead and looking at all of our products and seeing the way we can capitalize on a listing that is a multi-ordered quantity based on the fact that it's the same game, same console. This would be a great category to list up as an individual listing rather than splitting it out and having to pay 3 sets of postage. It's kind of like the previous sale. It's actually exactly like the previous sale. They bought 3 random games. These were listed as 1 set, and we got a multi-quantity sale based on the way we chose to list up our item. So a great way to put extra money in your pocket. Well done to Kate for finding them all, and a great sale price of $99 for our second best sale. But this next one though, number 1, it is in our wall of DVDs. This single, you're probably thinking it's going to be a DVD TV show series set, aren't you? You're thinking I'm bringing out a wad. No, I'm bringing out one individual DVD. This has sold for $225.
Brand new and sealed.
It is a brand new and sealed product as well, which has helped us. But I couldn't believe this. The story behind this was, I bought it in a private pick, and it was just a ton of DVDs that were just in tubs and tubs and tubs here in this garage. And I was just comping up the TV show series box sets, and then I found this. And I thought, let's just comp it up as we always do, because we never turn away a product until we comp it up and check. I gave this absolutely zero confidence for it to be worth anything. And then it turned into a $225 listing price, and it sold for the full asking price of $225.
No offers.
No offers. It did sit for maybe 3 to 5 months. So it was a longer sit, but you needed that buyer that wanted that exact title. So it was always going to be a slightly longer wait. There were really good sales over in the US for this, but we've since turned off US shipping with everything going on with the tariffs. So it had to then become an Australian buyer. And then finally we got one over the last 24 hours. It is Daft Punk Interstellar 5555, the story of the secret star system. So it's an animated house musical. This is Daft Punk, and it's just a really, really rare show. I actually don't know exactly what it is, but obviously
Is it
I know.
like a live concert?
I think it's a live concert. Yeah, it's like Daft Punk's live concert, but I've never seen it. It only goes for 65 minutes. It's region all, so it can play anywhere around the world. That's why the sales were so good. But there it is. That's the cover artwork that you want to be finding. This is the spine that you want to be looking for as well. That's always the thing that pops up.
Upside down.
Oh, it's your job to let me know. Yeah.
Nice.
So there's all the detail that you're going to need. So put that on your list, because that is an absolute monster sale, and I was so stoked to see it come through. So Kate has already begun doing the post. These were our other sales that we've already had go into the mailbag, but I did want to hold off on the top 10 just to take you through those for some items for you to be looking for. These were still pretty good sales, but obviously they were going to be less than 45. We do make up bread and butter items in our store, but we average that $60 sale price based on the fact that out of the 20 odd sales we had this weekend, 11 of them actually turned up over $45. So that's why we thought we would show you those. The health check. Check it out. It's right here. The QR code is sitting right there for you guys. And also, there's another video for you guys right here, which is going to help you further educate your eBay business. And hopefully you dominate over the next 3 months like we plan to.